Not the TV guide.
Not the TV guide.
Welcome to part two of Not the TV Guide. We have Andy and and his wonderful wife, Amanda Nicholson. Sorry, I'm just getting used to my megaphone. I love it.
Yeah. And what is that megaphone you've got there, Grant? You better tell us what that megaphone is, because obviously this is an audio
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah. Well, we went to it's because Mini Dalek's batteries died. I just kind of talk through a microphone now, a megaphone now. So I get to say exterminate a lot louder on gigs now with this next to it. Basically, it's funny when I went to Flying Tiger in town. They said, oh yeah, we have megaphones. It's in the Pride section, so it's got a rainbow tongue. Can you see it on the? It's got teeth marks and then a rainbow tongue on there. So it's quite a psychedelic megaphone. Yeah, I love it.
It's brilliant. I'm well impressed with that, mate. So, right, anyway.
You'll see in the next BBC, I'll bring it out. So.
Definitely that one. Look forward to it, mate. So, Amanda, what is Not the TV Guide to people that don't know what we should be talking about?
It's a podcast where we waffle on about TV shows and films that we've watched.
And what are we doing this episode, Amanda, then? For you? First one that me and you've watched.
It's called We Might Regret This.
Now, Grant, you said you've seen the first part of it, haven't you?
The first minute or so, and I was like, okay. When I was trying to eat my dinner, so yeah.
It was incredible, absolutely incredible. Now, on that first scene, it was one of those sort of things where it was funny. But what do you think, Grant? Was it painfully funny? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's just a bit. I'm still speechless thinking about it. So
yeah, we were as well with that one.
It was a bit too cringe for me. I was like, oh god.
Yeah,
I
found this one actually on a review on The Guardian. This was, and I'll tell people what it's about very briefly. Okay, The Guardian, which really praised this as well. They did, and We Might Regret This is a BBC Two comedy drama created and starring Kyla Harris, about a 30-something Canadian who comes and moves to London. She's a Canadian, oh my God, tree tracklet, is it? In her 30s, when she moves to London to live with her Abe, played by Boyd, who's a boyfriend. She needs constant personal assistance to provide her care. But after not successfully finding an appropriate PA for this intimate role in London, she invites her chaotic and impulsive friend, Joe, to take the job. Amanda, what did you think to this first scene in it, where basically the series jumps in when she's having sex with her partner, and the girl walks in, and oh my God.
Yeah. And normally most people would just cover their eyes and back out of the room, but she stays there. And she says something along the lines of like, "Oh, do you want me to come back? Is it 7 minutes or is it 12 minutes? Some people take longer."
Yeah.
It was eye-opening, honest to God, Grant. I've never seen anything like that. And it was like, and then wasn't there a scene in that episode, Amanda, when obviously her friend Joe takes over the caring job and she has to change a tampon or something during a commercial or something?
It was changing the thing that she has for a wee or something. I've forgotten what it is now.
Yeah, and they were doing that in a car park, Grant, they were. And it was absolutely painfully funny to watch. Oh, dear. Amanda, what did you reckon to this series?
Yeah, I thought it felt very realistic, and it was also funny where it was supposed to be without, laughing at disabled people.
Yeah, it was, and it was one of the bravest comedies I've seen this year, probably for a while, because what they did, Grant, was they laughed. In case we've both all seen it before now, where comedies that laugh at disabled people. This was laughing with her. And it was it was superbly written. And you can see the Kyla Harris who did the lead in it and wrote it as well. She's put a lot of her own life in. Yeah, she put a lot of herself into this series. Do you think she did, Amanda, with that? It felt real, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just the full.
There was a scene as well. I can't remember where they were, where they needed a disabled toilet, and the woman was like, "Oh yeah, but they're actually building it, and it'll be ready in 12 months." So then when she helped in the alley to have a wee, she like fills the bottle up and goes, "That's for the disabled toilet when it's ready."
Nice.
I was surprised you haven't watched this Grand Trooper talking. I must admit, I thought you might have been
I
well
hadn't heard
into
of
this.
it until you mentioned it. Sorry,
Oh,
it went over my head really. So yeah.
yeah, I suppose it does sometimes these things. And we came across it by chance, and it's like, it was just absolutely painfully funny. Because what it did, Grant, was there's only really 5 characters in it. One thing,
Mhm.
it was the two girls, the boyfriend's ex-wife, and her son. And their son and the son starts sleeping with the carer girls. It gets really, really. Do you think it gets a bit messy, Amanda, that in places?
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's all it was really, Grant. It didn't. The plot didn't move that far that forward, but I think
Yeah.
it did it really cleverly at the end. And what do you think, Amanda? With that, it did it really cleverly, didn't it?
yeah. And it's like one minute I felt sort of like I could understand the woman's partner, and then other times you're just screaming at the screen, calling him a moron because of some of the stuff it comes out with.
Yeah. And what she did was the friend in it, Grant. This was really clever. This was it's subtly done. The series moved at quite a melodic pace, and it picked up at the end. But then it became apparent what changes Joe had made to her friend and her
Oh,
life.
okay.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to give anything away. That's the best bet not to, Amanda, aren't we? Because that was the serious
Yeah.
drama bit in it, really. But
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, but it was well done, and it felt like it run its course. Should we say some people's relationships and that? And I thought it brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I don't know whether they will do a second season. I haven't read up on that. What do you think, Amanda?
I think maybe they could do, but they could also just leave it and it'd still be okay.
Is there anything you want to ask us, Grant, about this? Particular?
No, I got the impression from the tone of it when I first watched it, but I didn't know there was like a drama side to it. So yeah, sounds promising. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the drama bit in ways. What is really, Mandy? Would you say it's a drama, really, or just mostly a comedy with a little bit of drama at the end of it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, comedy, just a little bit of drama.
Yeah, it's mostly comedy, but like I said, there's a bit at the end of it that is drama, most definitely drama.
Yeah.
But it's basically because what it did was the comedy side of it helped move it towards that side, and I think it needed it to give it the edge at the end of it. So
Oh,
if
okay.
if they do a second season, I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, Amanda, is there anything else you want to say?
No,
Okay, well, we better mark it and move on then. Amanda.
I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10.
Ooh,
Nine and a half.
that's
Nine and
three
a half.
times an angel.
9.5 for me, Tonja. Absolute superb. You said
Oh,
before,
wow.
Grant. You said Baby Reindeer is probably your favourite series. Yeah, this is probably mine,
Yeah.
Tonja. It was absolutely superb. It was one of those ones, Grant, where you watch something and it really hit me. I think because it's such
Yeah,
a
yeah,
cleverly wrote series.
yeah.
I think it's changed the perspective of comedy in this country. It shows what we can get away with.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, okay, we better move on then. Grant, what is your first program this half?
Ooh, okay. I'm going to go with a very silly program, which I adore, which is Cobra Kai.
I thought you were about to tell me
Sweet.
House of Dragon. Then I thought you were going to ask me a silly program.
No, I like House of Dragon, but yeah, I just I really have a soft spot for Cobra Kai. I absolutely love it, I'm a big fan of the. Because if you don't know, if you've never seen it, have you before Cobra Kai?
Amanda, have you ever seen it?
No,
I know it's
Well, have you ever
about.
watched the Karate Kids? Have you watched the Karate Kids films back in the
I've seen
day?
the
Or,
yeah,
first 3. I've not
oh, have
seen.
you?
Is it Karate Kid: The Next Chapter? There's got a young girl in it, and I've definitely not
Yeah,
watched. I've
yeah.
definitely not watched the
Oh,
remake
they
with
don't
Will Smith's
reference that
son.
one, so yeah.
Let's
Not they're
avoid
not
that.
referencing that one either.
Is it true that
But
one of the characters of the original film just died or something? Hasn't he? One of the original
yeah,
baddies. Yeah.
Steve McQueen's son, Chad McQueen. Yeah, he played one of the Cobra Kai originals in the first one. Yeah, there's an episode in series 2 when he appears. They have a reunion. It was quite nice because another one of the old cast has died as well. He had cancer, so 2 of the Cobra Kai originals have died. But yeah, so if you've not watched it, it's a really fun show because basically it's from this perspective of Johnny Lawrence, who was the villain in the first Karate Kid. but they make Daniel LaRusso the villain in it because like he's had this successful life and he's a bit of a smug arsehole. and you're from Johnny's side, but then obviously Daniel still is a nice guy really, but it's just from Johnny's perspective really. But then so you get to see Johnny and Daniel, you know, their ups and downs, but they actually see they have more in common than they did when they were kids. So, but yeah, it's just very funny. Like there's loads of 80s references in it, but it got really well because basically they brought back the villain from Karate Kid 3 of Series 4. They kind of dealt with him in Series 5, so there wasn't much really of a story to go, but they've kind of taken it to an international karate tournament now. So there's not really much story left to go into it, but it's got quite silly, but like Sensei Chris is now he's on the run from the law, so he's in Korea now. But he keeps flying back to America to get involved in the plot, and then flies back. So I don't know how he escapes the law so often. And but yeah, there's a very funny scene when this is evil sensei who was the original Cobra Kai trainer. He has to go to a cave, and he has to bite the head off a snake to get the power to go back. It gets very silly, but I was just laughing all the way through it. I mean, I just think it's a very funny show, and it's very silly, but yeah, it's got very good karate action in it. I do love the characters, so I think it's probably best days are behind it, but I still enjoy it and I still have a good time watching it.
Is it 6 seasons or something this now, Grant?
Yeah. I think they should have just ended after like for 5 series probably, but then they're dragging it out. This series is going to be 15 episodes. There's normally like 10, so yeah, I think, but it's a really big popular show on Netflix, so they put a lot of money behind it because it was originally on YouTube. It wasn't a Netflix show; it was on YouTube originally, but then it got picked up by Netflix, and now it's become a real mainstream hit. So, but no, I do love the show. I just love all the characters in it. I think they're great, and it's very funny as well in parts. So, but as I think this series has probably gone on a bit too long, but I still enjoy it. I still like the characters, and I hope we can stick the landing. I hope, but yeah, so yeah, I enjoy it. Thumbs up from me.
Amanda, is there anything you want to ask Grant about this?
Do you think that they will end it, or do you think it'll just continue and just get really ridiculous?
Yeah, well, I think they're going to try and make a film at the end of it. I think there's rumours of a new Karate Kid film. I think with Daniel LaRusso, Ralph Macchio's in it, but with Jackie Chan as well. So I don't know where they're going with it. So I think they're going to try and continue it on and do spin-offs shows. So yeah, I'll watch it. I love it. So I was never a big fan of the Karate Kids growing up. They were blended into one to me, but since I got into this, I rewatched them and I love them now. I'm obsessed with it. Love karate.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people are really into this series as well.
Really fun.
But I think Gavin, my brother, likes it as well. Definitely Gavin to watch some of it. He loved the original
Gavin does like some strange things, though, don't he?
Yeah, well, hi Gavin. I mean, listen to this. Your taste in TV and film is bollocks, right? Hi Gavin.
Oh no.
So anyway,
does he like Angel?
Yeah, that's what
Angel.
No, don't like angels.
No. Oh, we did and I can say this because I don't think he'll listen to this. God, hi Gavin. I apologise for this. But Amanda, what did you do? What did I do with Gavin when we did our Comics Unity podcast? Do you remember?
The Supernatural special, was it?
Yeah, I did a Supernatural season 15 special with Gavin Grant about what he was hoping would come off the series, and I didn't know the series well. And it turns out, Amanda, what did he do?
It was like naming things that happened and naming the episodes, and I was just listening to it thinking, no, that's wrong. That episode
really
had a different title, and this happened in that episode.
Sorry, Gavin. Yeah, it did happen that one. So, but it is what it is. My brother, I love him still. Okay, so that's what happened there, Grant. Anyway, so but that's this for you. So I know he does love the original Karate Kid film. I'm sure he's seen some of that. I'm sure he's seen some of this, and I'll ask him if I speak to him. So. Anyway, Grant, you better give us a mark, mate, and we move on, haven't we? So, got a lot to cover.
I'll give it because it was only part 1 of Series 6, so there's two more parts to come. So part 2 and part 3. So
they're doing part 2 and part 3.
Yeah, it really dragged it out. So the thing is, this one was good, but nothing really much happened. It kind of got going and it ended. So yeah, so I'll give it 6 out of 10. So it's worth 2 Angels Series 4. 2 Angels Series 4.
Fair enough.
But it's still good, and I still liked it.
I've never known, actually. Amanda, have you heard of Netflix splitting a series into 3? I know they've done it in 2 before now. Didn't they done it?
Yeah.
Yeah, done it with Stranger Things, haven't they? In The Crown, and I think Emily in Paris. I think some of the big shows there.
There's big rumours going around that Stranger Things, the final season, is going to split into 3 parts as well, and each episode's going to be nearly 2 hours.
That's going to be crazy.
Each episode's going to be like 24 hours long.
Well, they've been shooting it for 18 months, so yeah, it kind of says it all, doesn't it?
Yeah,
So,
it's going to be epic, isn't it?
So anyway, listen, let's move on. Okay, we'll come on to Stranger Things another day. Amanda, what are we talking about next?
I don't know. I'm not psychic.
Well, you choose. You're choosing.
Okay, I'll give you a clue then. Meow. Boom.
Does that give you a clue, Grant, what we were watching?
Exploding angel.
Yeah,
actually, that's not bad. That's not bad. Actually, Grant. It's not far away from it. It's exploding God, right? Called exploding kittens, right? This I didn't realise this, Amanda, but The Guardian really panned this series. They did.
Oh, you're joking.
They give it about 2 out of 5. They absolutely hated it. But yeah, what happened with this series was, Grant, I'll tell you, right? And they sit an eternal conflict reaches epic proportions when both God and the devil are sent to Earth in the bodies of chunky house cats.
Really?
Tom Ellis, Lucifer, is playing God here. Then we meet Devil Cat. I didn't write down who played that, aka the devil in the second episode. And Mike Judge has a big hand in this, and I'm sure you know who Mike Judge is, don't you?
Oh yeah, from Beavis and Butthead and stuff like that.
Yeah, and King of the Hill, yeah. And I felt this is probably more King of the Hill than Beavis and Butthead, true brutality. So,
was it? Yeah.
Yeah, but Amanda, what did you like about this series?
Well, I know you've mentioned The Guardian, but before I say what I think of it, I just want to repeat what they called it. They said it's unfunny, infuriating, and life.
And I've just googled it now. I love that.
Yeah, they said it's a great quote, and I said to you do you get the feeling? Did you get the feeling that they didn't really like this series a lot?
Yeah.
No,
I forgot it's based on the card game, isn't it?
Yeah, based on the card game. Yeah, so. As I found out about it, yeah, it says great. That's why I'm glad you two found that, because it's well worth people reading that review. It's one of the most hostile reviews of program I've seen in ages. Yeah. It's hilarious as well. So, Amanda, what did you like about this series?
I was a bit disappointed actually that there was no exploding kittens, but I like the exploding unicorn.
Yeah, what happened? Wow. Was it episode 1 or 2? That wasn't it?
It was pretty early on.
What got it for Amanda in this one, Grant, was when the series started, I was a bit like that man. I still am, if I'm honest. As soon as you click into the program, it goes, meow. And me and Amanda are always doing that on the phone to each other. Meow, meow, meow. Yeah, and Amanda's got loads of T-shirts. You got a T-shirt and you go, meow.
Oh, God, I've got loads of cat T-shirts, yeah, but I've also got one green jumper with a cat and it had the word meow below it. It's like a hint because I want a kitten.
Yeah, and unfortunately, where we're living, Grant, we won't get away with it, mate. Unfortunately, so that's why. So maybe next place. So anyway, so right. I've got to say, I'll tell you what I liked about this. Okay, I felt there was one really good scene. Well, I really like not some of this, not all of it. If that makes sense, because there's a scene in episode 2 during a fight with Godcat. Devil Cat accidentally sends Aiden, a friend of Marv, who's one of the sons, friends to Heck, which is the version of Hell for teenagers. I thought this is superb. Then Travis and his mother, Abby, infiltrate Heck to go in order to save Aiden. And then, meanwhile, Marv is approached at work to create a presentation for the world's greatest or largest tartan sauce company and enlists the help of his daughter Greta in order to bond with her. And that episode to me is the crunch point where I thought the bits in Heck were fantastic, but the bit in the warehouse, the mundane, the human side of it, I thought crap. So it was really awkward, balanced to me in places. What do you think, Amanda?
Yeah. I like the relationship between God and the devil as cats as well.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong to give us away, Grant. He gets pissed halfway through and puts her up the duff, right? She gives birth in the last episode. I'm going to because I don't know if it's going to get renewed. Yeah, it's a liquid kitten. No, there was lots of kittens, Amanda, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a kitten apocalypse.
Yeah, kitten apocalypse right in. In fact, that bit was really clever. But yeah, it's one of those ones for me. It was just uneven, that was all. Because in each episode, because there's 5 characters or so, 6, they were often doing 2 or 3 storylines, and each one of the episodes, I really liked one of the storylines, and was often less keen on another. If that makes sense.
Were they life sapping?
Well, just crap. Amanda, what do you think?
Yeah, there were a lot of jokes in it, and some of them, obviously, not everyone's going to find them all funny. But the one that struck me, that made me laugh, was a comment about humans wasting their lives with games like lining up candies. Because I've been hooked on Candy Crush for over 10 years now.
Yeah.
There was a scene in, was it episode 9 or 10? I can't remember now. The last 2 episodes, Grant, were 2-parter. Let the Games Begin and the Westminster Human Show, where they decided to merge heaven and hell. So everybody they had put all these contenders in to go and to become new god. And I do remember Ronald McDonald coming in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And there was it. Can't remember, you know. I can't remember now who the other ones were. There was lots of other people, and we knew, didn't we? So
yeah, and they eventually got eliminated, shall we say?
Killed. They got killed, mostly. That's why. But yeah, it was. How did you think about Tom Ellis as God?
Yeah, I think it was a good idea to sort of have him as the opposite role to what he's probably best known for.
Yeah, and I believed in his character, Grant, I really did. But the human value to him did get a bit annoying to me in places.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to ask us, Grant, about this series?
Do you think they should do an Exploding Kittens jackpot version with John Cena collecting kittens?
Or just going around high kicking on cats.
That's a good idea, yeah. Or should we have this? How about Exploding Pigeons for the 2nd season then?
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Oh, why not? Or even Exploding Seagulls.
Oh, God, yeah. Well, Grant, I tell you what, I like pigeons. One of the bastards crapped on me today when I was on Ashton Market at lunchtime, right?
Oh, you're joking. Oh.
Yeah, fuming I was. Just come off the phone demand and one of the bastards crapped on me, so I had to go and sit. I had to try and clean that off my bloody pants at work, and I was conscious all bloody afternoon I was, so.
Oh, I bet, yeah. Oh, it's horrible.
Anyway,
we should make a film about a man who they're pitching craps on him, and it makes it his mission to go and track down the pigeon and kill it. And all sorts of things happen along the way.
Well, there's true life story. I don't know if you both know this. Sean Ryder, actually, and his brother, the late Paul Ryder, they went and poisoned, reputedly as kids, 5,000 pigeons with bread that was poisoned.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
And they were dropping dead all around Piccolo Gardens by the So that's what I felt like today. So now, is there anything else you want to talk about, Amanda, here with Exploding Pigeons or Kittens? I
mean, no.
What are you going to give us out of 10, Amanda?
I'm giving it 7.
Oh, I'm coughing it. 7 for me as well, to be honest with you. Hey, John, it's one of those ones, Grant. I think it's just about a recommendation, to be honest with you. Yeah, I think we enjoyed it more than probably The Guardian did.
Yeah.
Just right, so for that one. So, well, that's what it is, really. Okay, guys, on to Grant's last program, I believe, isn't it?
Oh yes, House of the Dragon series 2.
Now, did you find this one? Did you find this one as funny as Cobra Kai?
I don't think I laughed at all in this one, sadly. It was quite violent. But then again, some scenes did remind me at the beginning of You Will Regret This, because I've not watched Game of Thrones for ages. So obviously House of Dragon, it was I think about 2 years ago since the first series was on, and then they were just watching it, and then you forget that this was kind of like a dramatic scene, and then it just cuts to like the Queen at the night going down on the Queen, and then you just go, "Ooh, this is quite naughty, this show." Yeah. And then there'll be other like sexy bits come up, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I forgot how this show works. I like it." Yeah. So
it was warnings at the beginning that says like this has adult content content and violence.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm already watching it. You don't have to convince me.
Yeah.
It's always a good common point of Amanda, this one, Grant. If she sees a trigger warning at the top of it,
Yeah.
violence, sex, nudity,
Mm.
she's usually, I've won. I want to watch more. I want to watch more. Don't you?
Get the popcorn out.
I have to be honest, I've never watched it. I think I watched the first season of Game of Thrones, so I don't know anything. So I've never watched any of
Really?
this.
No, you never got into it. No, I was a big fan of it. What about Amanda? Have you ever watched it?
I watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So
I think you enjoy Game of Thrones. I think you enjoy this. It's because it's more like season 1 and 2. It's more like scheming. So there's a lot of scheming going on. So that's always fun to watch.
Is it as explicit?
Yeah, I considered watching this, and then I looked at Amazon, and they're really cheeky, and they're charging for it on Prime.
Oh, are they? All right, yeah. I guess they got Rings of Power, haven't they? So it's competing with it, I guess. Yeah, but no, it was a good series. It was decent. I just binged them all in one go. Really. I just waited till the whole season was finished and I watched it because I think that was a good way to do it. Because I think if I watched it every week, I'd be quite frustrated with it because it was kind of like this problem with this series. It was kind of like a bit repetitive. Like one of the characters, Damon, who Matt Smith plays in it. He plays a Targaryen, and he's just in a castle. Pretty much, he gets separated from the Queen for the whole series, pretty much. And he just has these kind of fever dreams. He just has quite a lot of sexy dreams, and naughty dreams, and kind of dark, disturbed dreams. And that goes on for like 7 episodes, and it kind of resolves at the end. He kind of becomes a better person after being a bit of an arsehole at the beginning. But yes, so it was quite repetitive, and I think it was affected by the writer's strike as well, because you can tell they were building up to something, and they kind of they put it off till season 3. But there was one episode with like a full-on dragon battle, which was amazing, really, really good. And so I was enjoying the series, and I like all the characters in it. I think it's going places, but as I said, it was just probably more of it was just building up to a probably more exciting series coming up. So it was still good. I enjoyed it, but yeah, as I said, it was solid, not spectacular.
Was it 10 episodes? Was it? I presume this was it.
It was only 8, so they normally do 10, but they only did 8. Yeah, because I think it was cut short by the writer's strike a bit, so they shortened it down a bit. But yeah, but one of the things I do like about it is because the Red Queen, because obviously there's 2 people competing for the throne, 2 Targaryen families competing for it, but the one who's the rightful queen who's kind of been dishonored, and she's kind of living in Dragonstone. She has her small council. She has Phil Daniels on her council, from Quadrophenia. So yeah,
What's he about?
I see him.
200? Is it 200 him now? He's been on for a while, hasn't he? God.
Yeah. Wow. So every time I keep seeing it, all I can think of is Park Life when he's on screen.
Don't stop me on that. Oh dear!
I think now they've got a Cockney priest on there. I have to. I'm on Phil Daniels' side, so that's one of my part of the alliance. But yeah, it's good. It's good fun. I think if you like Game of Thrones, you like the first series, you'll enjoy this. But as I said, it's kind of a bit more. I felt at the end a bit underwhelmed. I didn't feel like I've got everything I wanted from the series. It was good. It was well written and everything, and it was well acted and stuff, and it was interesting. But yeah, I just felt like I really wanted the next series. I felt like it was just setting it up rather than paying off anything. So yeah, it was good though.
Yeah, no mistake. But Amanda, is there anything you want to ask Grant here?
No.
Were the episodes quite lengthy in this, Grant? I know some of the original Game of Thrones things did go on for a while, didn't they? So
yeah, they're about an hour long. So yeah, it's a lot of.
If people are wondering as well, I know Amanda's watching Lord of the Rings prequel at the moment, aren't you? Season 2.
It's taken me about 2 or 3 sittings to watch each episode.
Oh, is it boring?
No, it's just they're so long, and I don't have a very good attention span.
But you could be watching Angel.
Yeah.
Well, Angel and Matt Grant, she just sits there. People licking the screen after.
Or maybe not. I'll get a little
meow meow.
Angel, come to me, Angel. That's what she starts saying on the screen.
Angel.
I had to keep telling her, Amanda, it's not real. It's not real.
Well, no, apparently it's a nasty piece of work in real life.
Listen, we need to state before we carry on. That is an opinion, okay? Because I don't want to get sued over this.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
I've never had the chance to be.
But we use the word apparently, okay? We don't want to get sued over this, right? So And also want to break a friend of yours' heart as well, Amanda, do we? We were not going to
No.
name because I know she's obsessed of him, right? Naming no names. Hi, Ruth. Right, anyway, let's move on, right?
Nice.
Right, listen, Grant, give us a mark for this one, mate, seriously.
Yeah, I'll give it 7.5. It was good. Liked it.
No, fair play. That's good to me. Let's see how long it takes them to get season 3 out. Do you think they will try and do
Yeah, it
6?
takes years to film them, doesn't it? Yeah, so yeah.
Do you think they'll try and do 6 or 7 seasons as like they like with Game of
I think they've
Thrones?
said they're going to do 4 series, so yeah. It doesn't seem to be much like where they can take it really, because they're just setting up for a big war. It's not happened yet. So I think once the war takes place, it's probably be I don't know how much story left to tell really. So yeah, see how it goes.
Yeah, weren't they meant to be doing another spin-off series as well? Am I imagining
Yeah, they
things?
have filmed it. Yeah, the Hedge Knight. I think it's about the Duncan Egg novellas that George R. R. Martin's done. So yeah, apparently it's meant to be that's coming this year, I think. Or so yeah, there will be a Game of Thrones series in between. So
That
that'd be
makes
quite
sense.
cool.
Cool.
Oh, I forgot to tell you when I was in Edinburgh, I went to a Game of Thrones themed cocktail bar.
Oh, did you? Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was right near my venue, so I just thought when I was leaving, I thought I'd go there, and it was called Cocktail Geeks. They're called, so they just do like geeky stuff. So they did a Last of Us theme and a Super Mario theme as well. Previously, they change it every month. But when in there was just a giant dragon skull right in front of me, and there's all these candles around the tables, and like yeah, they had quotes from the books, and then there's a giant White Walker and next to me, yeah, stuff like that. And yeah,
Wow.
so I had like so one of the cocktails was on fire and stuff like that. It was really cool, yeah. So yeah, so but then I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get my train. I'm gonna miss my train. I'm just dunking these weird cocktails. But
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
it's good fun.
the question is, did you keep your head?
I did,
Or
thank
did
God.
or did you get impaled? I don't know yet what goes on there. I hope he gets away with those lustrous young women, right, as well, right? That's all I'm going to say there. That one. So, right, as we better move on, one more program to do this month. Amanda, what is the finale program?
Bill's about to die.
Yeah, it's ironic. This is where you've gone on about Game of Thrones, Grant. This is where Prime are trying to get another Game of Thrones sort of hit, trying to reinvent Rome as a Game of Thrones thing. Do you think you
Oh
agree?
yeah, I saw the advert for it. Yeah, yeah.
What do you think, Amanda? Do you think I'm right with that comparison?
I felt like it was a cross between Vikings and Game of Thrones, but with Romans instead of Vikings.
Yeah.
Right, I'll read out what's been said about what the bits and pieces said about this. Okay, I think I got this on Amazon actually. I read it if memory is correct. Rome is the centre of the Roman Empire and the wealthiest city in the world. Reliance on slave labour, the population, bored, restless, increasingly violent, is kept in line with free food, chariot racing, and gladiator fights. This tale delves into the world of the games, characterised by bloodlust, greed, and the pursuit of power and corruption. The race is a circus machinery controlled by 4 corporations: the blue, the red, white, and green fractions, and shares in the 4 fractions the most valuable things in Rome. As the taste and the entertainment of the populace becomes more jaded and bloodthirsty, the Colosseum is built specifically for gladiator combat. And the scale of the stadium, the gladiator and the animal combats is enormous, as the underbelly is a flourishing bidding business. So, this apparently cost Grant, would you believe, $140 million to film.
Oh God.
What do you think about this, Amanda?
Yeah, there was lots of backstabbing, sometimes literally, and sex
Yeah.
scenes. And people
Okay.
either having sex like with one person or orgies, and then other people just walking in and having serious conversations with them during it, like it was perfectly normal.
No, yeah. And then like you had it when I'm gonna be careful I phrase this, right? You can see one character walks in and sees his boyfriend having sex with somebody else. And his boyfriend says, come join us. And he takes it, and this character, who's quite a powerful person, dislikes that and has both of them
Oh,
put to death, right? One of
oh
them
no.
quite horribly as well
Yeah.
by a certain animal, should we say, right?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so but yeah, Amanda, what do you think?
I don't think it's one that you can watch and sort of take seriously. It's just watch it because it's gory and
Yeah.
ridiculous, and most of the characters are just like irredeemable. I think there was only like one family that I actually liked in it, which was the mother and the 2 grown-up daughters and the son. Oh, and I like the was it the lion? or the tiger, whatever it was.
Yeah, there was a white
Yeah.
tiger. Was it a white lion?
Yeah.
A white lion that gets involved in the action right on the last scene on the last episode. Grant, and it was absolutely ridiculous. That was. Oh dear. It felt like it was just padding the last episode out by about 15 minutes. It did. When you had this white lion breaking free and going up and having a better eat what you want buffet from all the Roman people.
Yeah. I didn't feel sorry for them because they just sat there cheering people on when people are like fighting to the death and stuff. And cheering for like the opponent to kill them and stuff. So when they got eaten by the lion, I was just cheering the lion on.
As you do. Now, I have to be honest here, Grant, with this one, my side. I thought Anthony Hopkins, who's on the front of the poster, he sleepwalked for his full bloody role in this film. He did this full series. Yeah. He didn't really look interested at all to me. And I've seen him in much better and other stuff. He was really good in Westworld, and he did Westworld a couple of years ago. He did shit in this. It was Ivan Ruin, who plays Terex, however, is fantastic. I saw him in.
Oh yeah, I love him. Yeah,
I first saw him in Misfits years ago. He's brilliant.
Yeah, he was great. Yeah, so good that.
He's very, very good actor, and he was really good in it. To be honest with you, but
he was in Game of Thrones.
Oh, was he in Game of Thrones? I didn't know that.
Playing Ramsay, who's pure evil. I loved him.
Right, yeah. To be fair, though, everybody's been in Game of Thrones. I think I even have in my sleep once.
Yeah, I didn't actually know he'd been in Game of Thrones. Again, it doesn't surprise me. The cast is that bloody big. You can't keep up with Game of Thrones, can you, half the time? So that's why. But Amanda, is there anything else you want to say about this series?
No, I think I've covered everything.
I've got to be honest, I thought the last episode was shit. I thought the last episode, it is one of those ones where I don't think it really went anywhere, the last episode, and it went in directions I didn't like, if that makes sense. And I'm not going to give spoilers away, but the way they killed off a major character in the last episode with somebody else turning evil was a bit, I didn't buy it, don't you? And then, Amanda, should I say what happened with the execution scene in the last episode?
Go on.
Well, they brought out some people that had been caught being naughty, and they had them tied onto a barge, and the arena got filled up with water. And then a load of man-eating sharks came out of it.
No, there was giant crocodiles.
Oh, crocodiles! It was crocodiles.
Yeah.
Crocodiles. Sorry, crocodiles. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. It was.
All the crocodiles were jumping up and eating people, and like one poor person who was tied to the front of like a boat, the crocodile jumped up, bit his head clean off, and dived back into the water. That's probably where the budget went.
I think, to be honest with you, Grant, the best scene with the chariot races were fantastic. They're absolutely brilliant, really good. When each episode had them, they were really gripping. But stuff like that the last episode was crap. It was. It felt to me that there was a lot of mismanagement with the CGI in places, and that in places. Yeah, I said it's one of the bloody awkward series to watch. Because did you think, Amanda, it took a while for the series to get going as well?
Yeah. And it wasn't good if you're a horse as well. Horses didn't really get off very well in this.
No. Yeah, so it was an awkward series, don't you? I've got very, very mixed feelings about this, but Amanda might be kind.
There was no exploding kitten.
No, definitely. There was exploding horses.
Oh.
Plenty of them. That's a show of it. So, yeah. Amanda, have you given it a nicer mark than me?
I'm giving it a 7.
6. I didn't like it. The last episode lost it for me.
Yeah.
It was one of the ones. It had a good ending. I might have got an 8. But it didn't. It lost 2 marks for me in the end of the episode. It just one of those things, really. So, but anyway, guys, it goes. Yep, that is another lengthy 2-part episode.
Oh, epic!
I knew straight away we were going to be a long one tonight. So, right. God, yeah. I've got to ask Grant anyway. Because there's films coming up at the moment. Anyway, so there's films coming up in November, isn't there, and stuff. What films are you looking forward to for the rest of the year?
Oh, I've got my tickets already to see Joker. Fully adieu. I've got the tickets to see that. I can see that in IMAX, so that's going to be cool. And I'm very excited for Gladiator 2. Talking about Gladiators, I'm very excited for Gladiator 2. I'm going to watch that.
When's that out?
In November, I think. Yeah.
Oh, good. November's going to be bloody busy then, because Paddington 3's out in November.
Yes, how did I forget Paddington? Yes,
Yep.
I'm excited for that.
Amanda wants to go and see Jaw number 2 as well in the beginning of November as well. The last Clint Eastwood film.
Oh,
Why?
Oh, it's a black film. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Amanda, why do you want to go and see the last Clint Eastwood film?
yeah, because Kiefer Sutherland's going to be in there.
Oh, okay.
Now, you told me the story behind this, Amanda, didn't you, as well? So,
Yeah, I think he heard that it was going to be his last film, and he wrote to him and he said, can I be in the film?
Oh.
that's right. Both because his dad, Donald Sutherland, the late great Donald Sutherland, knew Clint
Yeah,
Eastwood really well.
away.
They knew each other
Oh.
really well, so that's why I think he begged for it, and that's why. So that was
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
When's
Maybe
it?
Clint Eastwood can write and say, "Can I be in the next series of 24?" That'd be good.
Yeah.
What, trying to bring him in with a machine gun or something in a wheelchair? Yeah. So,
yeah.
I have to ask you as well, Grant. Have you heard who talk? When's the Highlander reboot out? Henry Cavill.
I'm not sure. I know they're making it, but yeah, I don't know when. So yeah, that'd be good. I mean, I love Highlander, the original one, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Less said about the second one. That was horrible.
Well, the second one, Grant, they call it The Quickening because I sat there at the cinema and I was thinking, come on, hurry up. Yeah, I was actually hoping the film would hurry up and finish. That's how shit it was, right? It was only 80 odd minutes as well, the second one as well. So, but anyway,
do you remember the beginning when he's an old man? Do you remember that bit?
I do, yeah. I remember too much of that bloody film, yeah.
I can do quite a good impression of him, but it's quite niche reference. I don't really do it often. So he's like, "Oh, pretty good." He's like that. He talks like that. His acting's atrocious in it. I love it.
What gets me about that film, and honestly, I'll tell you truthfully, I was watching it, it's a simple fact, isn't it? Sean Connery actually does die at the end of the first film.
Yeah,
and they bring him back, and he most definitely died in the first film. I don't know how the friggin' hell they did that. So, have you ever watched Highlander 2, Amanda?
I've watched them all, and I watched a TV series a couple of times as well. I used to love it.
Oh, did you? Oh, amazing. I've never seen the TV show. Is it better than Angel?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
She might be fibbing a little bit there, people are wondering, right? So there could be a slight fib on the way with that one. So, but all right, people, we've both been able to drop some hints of what we're going to be watching next month, haven't we? I suppose, or probably a bit before that, actually. Grant, what programs are you going to be reviewing next month? Anything you can reveal?
Oh, well, hopefully we'll all be watching Agatha all along. We're excited for that. Let's start, and then we'll talk about Murderers in the Building because we've only just started the 4th series. So yeah, hopefully they'll be finished by next month. So yeah, we'll talk about that.
Have you both liked the scene? Was it the first episode when they brought the 3 movie stars out? Didn't they?
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah.
Some fantastic some fantastic casting, and that was. We won't get any more spoilers away. Yeah, we've got those 2, and what else are we watching, Amanda? Can you remember?
I don't know about you. There's something I'm going to try and get hold of.
What's that?
It's a film called Catnado.
I've not
even. Catnado, yes.
Yeah, it's a bit like the Sharknado films with the sharks falling out of the sky and killing everyone, but this is cats.
Cats, yeah.
Oh.
I'm saving just enough drinks so I can watch it.
I think I'll pass on that one, right? So I don't think that's me. That definitely not. So, but we've got Tracker season 2's out fairly soon as well. That starts as well. So with more Jensen Ackles. And did you watch season 1 of The Old Man, Grant, with Jeff Bridges?
No, I've not watched it. You said it was really good, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Jeff Bridges is terrifying, isn't it, John? Really, I don't know. That's out fairly soon. It's had some really good reviews as well. So,
cool.
There's plenty to come, people. Like I said, of that, watch your space. We will be busy. We have a busy couple of months coming up here, Pete. Yes. That's for sure of it. So, watch your space. So, anyway, Grant, I'll let you take us out tonight, mate.
Okay, thank you very much for listening, and we'll see you next month for another 3-hour show, probably. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Amanda, say goodbye as well.
Bye.
No, you can't do it as innovative as you, Grant. So
no, I'm sorry.
But I've got a turtle waving at the camera.
Hi, turtle.
Take care, people. We will see you all next time.
Not the TV guide.
Not the TV guide.